Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. So in the last session, we have understood about the theoretical aspects of AWS Elastic Beanstalk. So in this particular session, we are going to understand like how we can deploy our applications using Elastic Beanstalk. So we'll be deploying our simple application, we'll be deploying our, our own, build application, which we actually built, and also we are going to understand the different aspects when we talk about the practical implementation of AWS Elastic Beanstalk. So now let's start this session. So we are going to understand like how we can deploy our application, how we can manage our application. So these are the things which we are going to do in a very practical manner. So for doing this, let me just take you to my AWS console, and there I'll be showing you practically how you can actually perform, or I can say deploy your applications practically using AWS Elastic Beanstalk. So as you can see on your screen, I am in my AWS console, and here I'm just going to search for Elastic Beanstalk. So here we are getting Elastic Beanstalk, and here it is written run and manage your web applications. So now let's just click over here, and then we'll get something like this. Okay, so we'll get something like this, and here we are having different things are there. So what are these things? What is environment, what is application? So I'm going to tell you each and everything in this particular session. So first, we are having applications, means whatever the application we have deployed or working with, we'll be getting over there. Then we are having environments, then we are having change history. So if there is anything in the history, we will be getting this. And environment is basically where you are deploying your application. Okay, so this is what we are having. So in order to deploy your application, first let's just create an environment. So here I'm just clicking over here. So first we are having two options. First, web server environment. The second one is worker environment. So we'll go with web server environment because we are trying to launch or deploy a website. So here we have to give the application name. So I'm saying Hoping Minds as the name of my application. And then as you can see in the environment, by default it actually Hoping Mind is written by default, and the domain you can leave blank for the auto generated values, because it is going to auto generate it by itself. And also if you are having any domain, you can just choose that domain. Okay, so let me just type like Tajul Khan Hoping Minds. Okay, I'm just writing Tajur Khan Hoping, and if you'll check for the availability, you can see like this is available. So, but we can leave just as it is. Okay, so because we are not going into that, I can say direction. So now we are having two things like the platform we need to choose. So the first thing is managed, and the second one is custom. So as you can see, we are like having managed by default, and let's just choose the platform. So here I'm just choosing Python. Okay, so the platform which I am actually choosing in order to deploy my application is Python. And then here we are having the platform branch. It is Python 3.11 running on 64-bit Amazon Linux to 2023. Then the version which we are having is 4.1.4. And here we are having application code. So if you are having any sample application, you can choose it, or if you have any own application, you can choose upload your code. Otherwise we can go with sample application. So these applications are being provided by AWS itself, so that you can deploy these applications and you can actually practice this. So these are for the sake of practice. Now preset. So as we are using free tier account, so there is no need to think about anything. For free tier, just choose this one single instance, and let's just click on create. So now we are having use an existing role, or whatever the role we are having. So it is saying existing service role, choose an existing service role for Elastic Beanstalk to assume as a service, or create a new role. So you can create a new role, or you can choose any existing role. And here we are having EC2 key pair. Then also we are having EC2 instance profile. So we need a profile, and this like kind of a EC2 profile role. So this role is going to launch an instance on behalf of us by default. So for doing this, let me just search for IAM. Okay, and I'm just going to open IAM into another tab. I hope you guys are getting all these things. Okay, okay, perfect. So we are in my IAM, and here we are having roles users group. So we are going to choose roles, and we are going to create a new role. So let's just click over here, and we are just having like trusted entity. So we are just going to make this role for AWS EC2 actually. So now we have choose that, and also here we are just choosing, sorry, EC2. So we have just choose the EC2 over here, and then you have to click on next. So here we have clicked on next, and then we need to give some permission related to Elastic Beanstalk. So just like this, I'm just giving some permissions, and we are getting some, kind of options over here. Okay, so these are the options which we are having. So I'm just choosing these like Beanstalk role worker tier and worker tier, these ones. Okay, so we have choose these three kind of permissions over here, and now let's just click on next. So I'm just giving the role like I'm just saying AWS Hoping Minds. Okay, and rest everything is going to be same, and let's just click on create roles. Okay, so we have created this role AWS Hoping Minds, and now let's just go back to our, what I can say, uh, Beanstalk dashboard. And now let's just refresh it, and here as you can see we are having AWS Hoping Minds. Okay, so we have just chosen AWS Hoping Minds. Here we can use any key pair, like the key pair which we actually use for EC2 instance, and also EC2 instance profile. As you can see, you can just choose one. So we are having few profiles, like I'm having like my EC2 new. It totally depends on you. Next, let's just choose. Okay, so here we are having, although like these options are like optionals, but we can just choose the VPC because this is going to help us a lot. So we have just choose VPC, and this one is my default VPC. And the instance, like I'm just choosing public IP address, assign a public IP address to the Amazon EC2 instance in your profile. And also I'm just choosing this availability zone. As you all know, like I'm choosing default VPC, so everything I'm getting as per the default VPC. Okay, and next we have done with all these things, and let's just choose next. So here we are having root volume setting, means you can just choose I can say any kind of storage you want to choose, but it totally depends on you whether you want to choose it or not. So now without wasting a time, let's just skip to review, because all the options are optional and we are not going to use them. So we have just choose each and everything, and the environment we are having this, the application name is Hoping Minds, application we are using is sample application, environment is again hopingminds.env, and here we are having the platform, the configuration setting which we have choose, and also we have what I can say, choose some networking settings, and rest everything we have I can say left as it is. So now let's just click on submit. So now the thing is, Elastic Beanstalk is launching your environment. Okay, this will take few minutes. Okay, so sometimes it takes I can say lots of time, like 5-6 minutes or 10 minutes, depending like what kind of application you are deploying. So once the thing is, once this particular thing will be done, you will get one domain over here. Like here you will get one domain, and once you will click on this, you will get a sample web page. Okay, so as you can see, like we are getting all these options over here. So it will take some time, and what I can say, it will give you one link on your screen. Okay, the domain on your screen. So once you will click on that domain, you will get the web page. Okay, so we can wait for this domain. You can actually just try it by yourself, and I have actually showed you each and every aspect, I can say step, and from here you know like how to deploy your own sample application by your own self. Okay, and also you have understood like how we can manage the environment and the applications. So I hope you have understood each and everything related to Elastic Beanstalk. So that was all about the AWS Elastic Beanstalk, and I hope you guys have understood the complete concept of Elastic Beanstalk, whether it is a practical or whether theoretical aspects of Elastic Beanstalk. So that was all about this session. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, just take care of yourself. Thank you so much.